Hey, what's up, everyone? How's it going now? Alright, we're around 2010, 2011, 12, 13. And still writing graffiti. Still going out with Re once a week now. It's not twice a week anymore. It's what, like 11 years now, 10 years straight, 10 and a half years at this point. The beef with Scuff, YKK, and Bet, TFV's been squashed. Those guys faded out. I continued writing graffiti. Re continued writing graffiti. I still doing fire hydrants, still doing tunnels. I kind of broke up the days. But as far as I went with the streets, though, it was just maintenance work, man. Like, really, just the buff even, not even wars. Like, there was no one fucking with us. It was almost like me and Re didn't even exist at that point. But we had the city on smash. There was no one even close to being up to the amount that we had it. Around that point, yeah. Yeah, there was no one even near us. It was, like, boring for us. And, I kept writing, doing fire hydrants, city bikes. I gave up on them. Now, yeah, it was pretty much just a snooze fest out there. I started doing big blockbusters here and there, you know, just to float my boat, I guess, just to add a little excitement into the deal there. Yeah, there was no beef. No, well, actually, no, there was. These DMS guys in DMS, they started going over us. And I honestly didn't even know. I thought that, this is funny, but it's true. I thought, you know, with this beef with Scuff, YKK, Bet, TFV, like they had little crews, and, well, I shouldn't say little crews, they had crews of people that were going over us. So I actually figured, like, this DMS was like a break-off from YKK, like one of those crews, you know, that fall under those guys. Like, I just throw everyone in one fucking barrel, man. You got two barrels, people that like me, people that don't like me. You know, that's the way I used to break it down. But believe me, the don't like me barrel was overflowing. And I actually thought that this DMS stuff was like a break-off from YKK or Bet, TFV, or one of those guys, you know, that from that beef that I had with those guys. And like I said, we squashed it, and they kind of faded out. So I didn't understand. I figured maybe Scuff or Bet didn't relay the message to everyone that we no longer have beef. Because, like I said, we squashed it. And I squashed with them. I told them my people won't cross yours out. I explained in my past podcast, they seem to be concerned about Spawn, my boy Spawn. I told them I can't really help you with that. You know, Spawn, you know. They seem to be concerned about that. And I mean, Spawn's a tough dude, you know, he don't fuck around, he don't take no shit. So, yeah, I actually thought that it was like this DMS, it was like a YKK thing, right? And someone gets in touch with me, you know, I was asking around, and they're like, nah, man, YKK and DMS got beef, man. I'm like, oh shit, that's right, that's that JA and MQ stuff, you know. And I remember MQ used to go over me too, like in the late 90s, like the trains died and shit, and I never knew why he went over me or anything like that, but never met him, never caused no problems with him at that point in my life. But yeah, he was going over me. But everyone did that to me. It was almost like a rite of passage to become a graffiti writer. You gotta go fuck around with poor old RD for a little while and get your bones. Yeah, funny shit. But yeah, so these DMS guys. But that I don't even. These guys weren't even from New York. They were from California or something like that. And what did they write again? It was Hailer, and Cult 45, like the gun, Cult 45. But now this, I'm not talking about Cult MPC from back in the days, Cult Slip and shit. Those, not those dudes, you know. Different. These guys are younger, newer generation of writers. I don't know whatever happened with that. They came out for about, I don't know, maybe one winter. And they crossed out maybe 100 of my tags, 100 REs, maybe 200 tags or something like that. And then they disappeared. So you know, that had it so we had something to do, I guess. Like as far as it goes with patch-up work and maintenance and stuff. But yeah, other than that, man, everyone acted like we didn't even exist. Like we had everything smashed. I mean, like the theater district, like 42nd Street, Times Square, Rockefeller Center, the Diamond District. I really, really targeted those areas, man. Like I like the hardest shit, you know. Yeah, that's what got me going. Yeah, that's the graph I like to do. You know, like what I'm explaining here and what you guys are doing nowadays, it's like totally different. You know, it's like, yeah, I used to get off on the whole hunt and the beef and the water and shit like that. Like I said, hey, I'm not innocent. You know, I mean, these people put my name and shit like that all over the internet and stuff. But I mean, I was out there doing my thing. These people really couldn't do anything to slow me down. You know, I accepted that role in the graffiti world, so it fit well with me. I didn't mind. I actually would, if I started seeing someone creeping up, just out of the blue, I'd think, man, fuck that shit. What? Slang. Just start ragging them. And it disappeared, you know. And at this point, like, that's serious. Like, so many people tried to climb up. As soon as they started getting to a certain point, I'd go, wait a minute, man, you motherfuckers over here on my shit, you know? Like the wheel starts turning and shit, I'll take that shit down. I'll read their ass, I'll write them, I'll fucking erase them. Fuck yeah, I'll hunt them like a dog. Yeah. But at this point, yeah, there was none of that. Like this newer generation that was coming out. And believe me, there was a lot of people at this point. There was like a whole new boom in the graffiti business, you know, the whole graffiti game was a whole like new group of people, and I actually liked them. I liked them because they really just left me the fuck alone. It's almost like I didn't even exist, or RE didn't even exist. It's like we could go over someone and they won't retaliate back, bump into somebody, and I mean it was actually like they showed us mad respect, and I kind of did the same thing, you know, unless it was like a spot I really, really wanted, and fuck them. But I would do it in a way where I would do it so it's kind of like, you know, okay, yeah, I see where you're coming from, you know. At least I thought so. But yeah, no, at this point, I'm starting to think maybe this whole beef thing, it's like a thing of the past, you know. It's like nowadays, it's like, yo, shoot me up on an email, dude, you know. So, yeah, after that, it was good. We were like, oh, yo, we did it, yo, this, that, you know, me and RE, yeah, man, we had that shit on lock. At that point, it was actually like a bar. And we had that shit smashed. Now, smashed. You know, RE starts hanging out with other dudes and shit like that. And it's kind of like I just kind of went my way, he went his way. Yeah, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months after that, he gets arrested for writing graffiti up in the Bronx there. And he actually calls me on that. And he's like, yo, Rob, you know, this, that. And I was like, hello, who is this? You got the wrong number. I mean, after I'm talking to him for like 20 minutes, and she's like, hey, yes, you kid, this, that. And I'm like, hey, it's all right, how you doing, man? You know, this, that. And he's like, yo, man, they got me, man. I'm like, what do you mean, when they cross you out? Who's fucking with you? He's like, nah, man, I got arrested, bro, yo, this, that. And he told me, like, who, like, ratted on him and shit like that. And, you know, it's none of my business. I don't hang out with them or nothing. I'm not going to blow them up or anything. But yeah, so, what, 5 months? Yeah, like 4 or 5 months after me and him going our own way. Yeah, he gets arrested for writing graffiti. Someone told on him, someone he was writing with, and he winds up dead. Like a month after that, he dies. Yeah. And I remember back, you know, thinking, when we first hooked up and started hanging out and writing graffiti, I remember telling him, man, don't fuck with these other dudes, man. Shit. Telling me, man, dude, like, take it from me. Like, I remember, like, there's actually a line in that movie Scarface. Now, I know everyone just said drugs. I honestly, like I've explained in my past podcast things, I have never, ever, ever sold a drug in my life. I actually despise drug dealers. I think they're scum of the earth. I pretty much spent my late teenage years into my early 20s robbing drug dealers. Get into that. I get into it on other podcasts. But yeah, I've robbed a lot of drug dealers. But there's one line in that movie, Scarface. He says, it's not about, you want to meet my little friend? None of that shit. He goes like this. He's in the precinct, right, immigration, and he's talking to the cops, and they're asking about a little tattoo and the scars on his face. Bust his chops. So he's like, you go ahead and do that. He says, there's nothing you could do to me that Castro hasn't already done. And that's kind of like how I was in the graffiti world at that point. Like, what more can you fucking do to me? Like, yo, like, for real. Like, yeah, that's the way it was at that point. It was just like, you know. So, yeah, after Ari had passed away, I mean, I didn't go to his wake or his funeral or anything. A few people I know reached out and just it didn't happen. It was a family thing only or something like that. You know, I guess they keep it respectful and stuff. But, yeah, I do remember him calling me up and telling me he got arrested for writing graffiti and this and that. I started joking with him, like, hello, who is this? Yeah. I said, yo, come on, Rob. I said, I'm just fucking with you, man. I remember that shit. I did tell him I told you so, man. I fucking told you, bro. Why ain't you know? Like, come on, like, what do you think I'm lying to you? You know, it's even like me doing this podcast. I got people coming, oh, well, what about this guy? And what about that guy? And I mean, I really didn't even see it, man. Like I said, I actually thought that DMS was a break off from YKK. Meanwhile, they were like hating each other like crazy, you know, throughout the 90s and shit like that. And, like all in beefs and wars. I mean, Jesus, yeah. It's totally like I didn't put the two together. But yeah, you know, I kind of just stayed in my own lane and did my own thing. But Ari had passed away. I continued writing graffiti. I was kind of searching. I think this would lead to my arrest, actually. I was doing all my shit solo at this point, unless I'm doing tunnels with lace. I'm still doing my fire hydrants. I'm riding around on my bicycle. I'm doing shit solo on my fixed bicycle, fixed gear bicycle. No brakes. You lean forward, stop pedal. Bike stops. Track bike, it's also known as. Yeah, I just continue writing graffiti. I tried, like almost like, I thought about Tez 5 for a minute. Thought about teaming up with him for a minute, but yeah, he was out of his mind, man. Get the fuck out of here. I'll get locked up or some shit fucking with that dude. But yo, he's like the one dude that really gets graffiti, Tez 5. Like, he's the last real resemblance of what I grew up with. Yeah, when he passed away also, but yeah, Tez 5, YKK. Yeah, I was entertaining the thought of that, and we went out, what, once, twice, I think, and I was like, no, I'm cool, bro. Hell no, I ain't into all that cowboy shit, man. Yeah, it was a little too wild for me, Tez 5, so that didn't work out. Started hanging out with Skid. I actually did this pretty cool shit with Skid and Tail, DMS actually. A crew that was crossing us out not too long before that. But yeah, so Skid and Tail, I kind of started hanging with them. I did some blockbusters with them. Let's do Tail, DMS, and Skid. That was a funny one. I was trying to show off, like, yeah, I'll show you all this. It was like the zinc thing. It was actually under the 6th train where the pit is to Hunts Point Station on the 6th. The next stop is Whitlock. Now, we were trying to get that big zinc steel thing that Saint TMR smashed real big. He did it with this fluorescent paint. The shit shined out, right? So we were trying to get over there and that shit. We were trying to get bigger than his shit. We were trying to set it off. Then we were trying to climb around. It was actually like a cop car in the park down there. So I was like, yo, I know another way in because I used to live up there in Holmes Point. So we go crawl around. I get up to the 6th train, the mouth of the tunnel, and the 6th train comes out from underground. Big RD there. Still there, probably. I haven't been up there in a while. But anyway, yeah, we climb under the Bruckner. Yeah, go under the Bruckner. And there's like this zinc fence. You got to do a chin-up to get over it. It was a little barbed wire and shit. So man, I looked back and I was like, shh, you got to be quiet. Lift your body like this. So I go under that, grab like, bing, bang, bang, like, yo, this shit echoes through the whole fucking neighborhood, man. I'm trying to show off, like, yeah, I'm sleek. like a panther, you know. I didn't want these guys to think I'm an old man. It's like bing, bong, like this shit echoed through. It's like bouncing off the windows and shit. It was actually like someone was hitting a tin drum or something like that in the middle of the street at like 3 in the fucking morning, man. So they look at me like, oh, this dude's funny as fuck. But eventually, you know, we got over it. They actually got over it perfectly quiet. I was the one, bing, bong, crash, all this fucking noise. But we get over it, right? Now we got about a good 2-3 blocks to go crawling through all this bush. And I do mean bush. Like, I'm talking about, let me see, I don't know. See, I love my standing up. It's like hay or wheat, like shit like this, like grass that grew like this tall. We're like wading through it, right? So the cop car is like down there, you know? And the cop car, like from our view, is like this big. So you figure how far we are. We're like a block away, but we're up on some shit. And I mean, it's like a road. And they're just in the same park, but we're facing them. So I remember we're going like this, right? We're going like through all the bushes, right? So we got like right in front of the cop car, but we're still, I would say, like a block away, and we're in the pitch dark, right? At least so we thought. All of a sudden, we're going, right? I'm going like this along the tin, right? Because its only path is like this. Otherwise, it's all tall grass. I walk along the tin, and the cop car. All of a sudden, the lights go on. I swear, it was like pitch dark. We're like, yo, what the yo, I'm like this. I was like, oh, shit, I don't think they see us. I don't think they see us. So I was like, yo, just get down, get down, get down. So we just go, and we just get down. I swear, we were laying, and the lights were right on us, because I'm laying in that tall grass, looking at the lights. It's like the bat sign and shit, like the bat signal. It's like 2 of them. So I think it was their headlights. I don't think it was a floodlight. So the floodlight would have just been one big bright light. I think they put their high beams on. Like, yo, what was that noise over there? But yeah, we still actually got over, but we didn't do it there. We hit a different spot, which is actually the same area, but actually the freight yard is what we wound up getting into. I actually have pictures of that. I can put them on there. Yeah, and we'll leave it there. Yeah. Right about there. That's where we're going to cut off today, right, people? So now we're getting up there, man. You know, I would like to push it up to my arrest, you know, until the year I got arrested. But, you know, I got to start thinking about the statute of limitations and shit like that. And, you know, because the law is funny when it comes to this graffiti shit. I found this out when they caught me. It's not when you did it, because I'm looking at some of the shit. I swear, it's like... I like those green poles or something like that, or like an old fire hydrant. I'm like, damn, I did that shit like 20 fucking years ago. Like, I'm like, yo, I swear, like 17 years of like, no, wait, that's like, no. You know what I mean? Like, they can't get me for that. But, you know, now I'm talking to my lawyer. It's actually from the neighborhood I'm in now. He's like, yo, listen, dude, it's upon discovery. So that means when the minute someone notices it, so you could have done this shit 30, 40 fucking years ago. But upon discovery, that was some deep shit. I mean, they could act like they find some RD tag on a dumpster. I could have done it God knows how long ago. They could come knocking on my fucking door. Come on, come with us or something, you know. I mean, it hasn't happened, but you see, that's where it gets interesting. And the truth of the matter is, it's just graffiti, man. I mean, come on. I mean, I'd sweat it if it was the Giuliani administration, but my son's old now. It's no big deal if I got to go through the system or something like that. I mean, I'm not wanting it or anything like that. And I've been a good boy. I've been a good boy. I've not been doing anything wrong. I've been committing no crimes at all. So I don't know if they're going to come haunt me about my past. Like how close I can push it up as far as it goes with statutes of limitations and stuff like that, you know? It's a tricky question. I'm going to shoot over the question with a few people that would know. Yeah, I know a few lawyers and shit like that, criminal law and stuff like that. I'm going to have to start shooting it by them or do my own research on it. But yeah, that upon discovery, that's something. Think about that one, man. Fucking A. Man, that's some wild shit. Also, you know what I wanted to talk about? You guys with this fucking me wearing this little microphone thing, you guys are still going on and on about it. It's like, oh, I want to hear it in HD, or I'd like to hear it in HD. I'm like, oh man, that's kind of like the problem in America, man. You know, not too long ago, man, we were running around bashing each other in the head with fucking rocks and shit, you know? Until people invented swords and then fucking guns and this and that. I mean, it's the way of the fucking world, man, you know? Just chill, man. I got my little thing here. I do my little stuff here, you know? I don't know how you can't hear me or you hear it or you just have to hear it in HD. Like I said, that's the problem with fucking America, man. Yeah. It's weird, man. Weird, man. This is what I'm giving you. It's like, it's an art project. It's an installation. It's, you know? And I've listened to my podcast on just about everything you can listen to it on because of these concerns about the microphone thing. I've listened to it on phones, I've listened to it on iPhones, I've listened to it on my son's phone, I listened to it on this thing which isn't even hooked up. I've listened to it on my fucking TV set, I've listened to it on laptops, I've listened to it on fucking tablets, and I don't know, I can hear everything coming out my mouth, man. I really can. And it's like something about being staticky and this and that. I don't know what to tell you, but to be truthful, I'm really trying to stay away from any forms of technology in them areas for the simple fact that I want to come at you raw, alright? Maybe if I explain what I'm trying to do. But it's only like, I know someone new comes on tomorrow and, hey, what's up with the microphone? So I'll probably have to keep going over it and over it. But what I'm trying to say is, if I'm sitting here in front of this thing here, it's my word that I'm telling you, you know? There's no tricks, there's no fancy fucking camera work or nothing like that. It's the purest fucking form of it. In my mind, I'll click on a couple of pictures that I might have laying around or something like that to show what I'm talking about. And it's simple and it's primitive. And that's what I'm going for. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not even, I don't know how else to put it, man, but y'all gotta deal with it, because it's not gonna happen. My son has got thousands of dollars worth of fucking electronic equipment in there, audio equipment, all types of shit, but I tell you, I'm not gonna use it. If I start clicking on something like that, then you can start questioning just about everything I fucking doing on here. I mean, if you really sit down and think about it, you know, I don't want to use any form of smoke or mirrors, no trickery, no technology, no nothing, alright? 2 paper cups and a fucking string. Hello? You get me? Like, yo, how is that a problem to you? If it's staticky, it's supposed to be staticky, okay? That's my special effects, okay? The statickiness, right? There you go. I don't want a mic because I want you to hear static. Something like that. Now, with that said, I know I'm being a little nasty, but to be true for you, a friend of mine had just passed away, died of overdose, opioids. I've known him for a long time. It's kind of like, I don't even feel bad for him. I'm more like, what an asshole. Like, I don't know how people could do that shit. Like, how someone could stick a needle in their fucking arm. Like, to have a good time, you're like sticking a needle in your arm. I'm sorry, you know, you guys out there that have problems with addictions and shit. But yeah, that's like a pet peeve of mine, man. Like, I like people going, like, how is that ever a good time? Like, I've hung out with people and they're like, and it's like the next day they don't even remember hanging out with me. Like, so I don't get it. I don't know that part. It never clicked with me, you know. My dog's dreaming. You hear it? That's my doggy dreaming. I click it on. Sneak up on it. Hey, you. Hey, you fucking my shit up, yo. People gonna say my video was staticky. Oh, look at the poor old girl. She's getting old. Look at that big old tumor on her, man. Ah, God, shit. You know? Shit happens, you know? Yeah, I'll tell you, this old puppy right here, she's been on missions with me, yo. For real. I've walked with this dog from here over the 59th Street Bridge, all the way down that band something street, all the way down into Brooklyn, over the Kaliasco or whatever, into Brooklyn, and then over the Williamsburg, into, yeah, man. Then back up First Avenue, like, I've kicked missions with this old girl, man. Little fucking fire hydrants, man. Yeah, for real. That's my little puppy, man. She fucking old, man. God bless her. Alright, people.